Niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac, put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac, put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac, we don't wanna sell it quick. Niggas wanna check shit tight, no slick. Space than my 300 SRT up front, and it also has more space than my 300 SRT in the back. It's a big, spacious car, you know? So this is the newest addition to the big truck fleet. The newest addition is a Cadillac XTS. These things are relatively cheap. You can get them right now. You can get them less than $55,000 fully loaded. If you go for the V Sport, you're gonna pay about You're gonna probably pay about $70,000 if you get it loaded brand new. The thing about it is they're willing to make deals on CTSs, and they're willing to make deals on what are they called? XTSs. Honestly, I don't like this naming strategy. I really wish Lincoln would bring back the name Town Car. I really wish Lincoln would bring back the name Continental. The Lincoln Navigator, it speaks for itself. You know what it means. Cadillac Escalade, it speaks for itself. You know what it means. The naming strategies are headaches. So anyway, let's start this bad boy up. Remember, this is just the V6. This is not the twin turbo V6. It's good in traffic. It's relatively good on gas. And other than that, I have to say it has a very soft ride. It's definitely not a sports car. And by any means, it's not a sports car. You're not racing this son of a bitch. Even the V Sport, you're not racing these cars. Like the commercials try to make it look like they're really fast, but they're regular cars basically. And V6 should be the minimum that you can get in these cars. A 3.6 liter V6 that makes 300 horsepower, that should be the minimum of these cars. And if you want more power, you should always be able to get a V8. You don't necessarily need to race anybody, because honestly, these twin turbo engines I think sound terrible. But so let me just start it up. This is the key. You double tap this button right here. I think double tap and hold, or maybe I gotta lock it first. Okay. All right. Double tap and hold. There we go. I hear the engine. Okay, so this is the inside of the car. It's a very spacious car. The seats feel really good. It's a great car for people in livery who want to move clients around. It's not as grand, obviously, as the S-Class. You can get it with lighter colors and make it look like a better vehicle. But as it stands, it's actually a pretty good car. This car can be optioned with the 3.6 liter V6. And it costs roughly $2,000 less than a Cadillac CTS with the exact same equipment. So basically right now, if you are looking to get a large size luxury car for your family, and you're not crazy about gadgets and everything, the XTS is a decent choice, and it won't obviously cost you $100,000 like a BMW 7 or Mercedes S-Class or Audi A8. So, I have the lights on. Let me turn the lights off. Push the start to stop button. Start to stop button. Everything comes on. Got your system right there. Pandora music apps. I got regular radio. I've got voice control radio and everything. Here, let me show you the voice control. I think I've done this before in other reviews. Let's see. You push voice control right here.
Command, please.
Tune to 103.5.
103.5 FM.
Thank you. Thank you, Cadillac. And see, this is what GM should be building. Unfortunately, when they cheap out on certain components, like when they don't give you headrests that move up and down at the push of a button, when they give you thigh cushions that don't move up and down at the push of a button, and then you see a $50,000 car like the new Mercedes C-Class, you're looking and you're like, wait a minute, why aren't they giving me all of that stuff like Mercedes is giving me? Why aren't they giving me all that? But that's just the problem. There's certain things that they don't give you. And there's certain things that you feel that you're entitled to. You're like, wait a minute, if I'm paying $50,000, I should have stuff like that in my car. So I don't want to get any music in, so I'm going to turn this thing off. But you've basically probably already seen the XTS a lot. And basically, I showed you they have this motorized portion right here where it covers up the CD bin. You could put your cell phone in there. And other than that, let me see if you can get some engine noise. It's a V6. You ain't getting much engine noise out of this son of a bitch. You're really not. So I'm just gonna. Okay, so let me see what you got. There's not much. You're not gonna get much engine noise out of this thing. It's racy, but you know, it's a little racy, the engine. But oh yeah, you know, I really should put my seatbelt on. Let me get my seatbelt on. It's a good, soft riding car. It is not by any means a sport car. This is not something, so I just put my seatbelt on. It's not something that you're going to race anywhere. You're not racing an XTS anywhere. The XTS V has roughly the same amount of power as the Lincoln MKS. So you're not really, there's no raciness in these cars. It's like 400 horsepower sounds great. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with a car that's this size and it's really designed for luxury, you're not getting any major race. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't have some pickup and go. It does have some pickup and go. And now keep in mind, this is a 3.6 liter V6. It's got some pickup and go. Let's get a little here. Let's listen to this little XTS. Let's listen to it. All right, you listening? You listening? All right. Let's listen to the XTS. Okay. You see? 3.6 liter V6 is good for some good instant torque. It's pretty good. It's decent. It's decent. You're not racing an SRT. You can forget that shit. My SRT will dust your ass. You're not racing no SRT. But you've got some decent pickup and go. You've got some decent pickup and go. It's a pretty car. I'm going to have to put air in the tires because I think I had hit like a pothole. No big deal. So I'll just get air in the tires a little bit later. After I finish with this video, I'll just go to a gas station. It's got some pretty good, it's a pretty good, solid luxury car. The only problem is Cadillac's designs get dated relatively quickly because of the fact that they have that art and science design theme going on. And once that art and science design theme gets, seen by too many people, after a while, there's nothing special about it no more. I personally think the SRT vehicles hold their, I think they hold their own a little bit better when it comes to design. Nice. Okay. It's a nice, smooth car. It's nice and smooth ride. Very nice. Iggy Azalea, Black Widow. Well, I can't listen to that because I don't want YouTube censoring me. But you get the point. It's a nice car, good car, smooth ride. This is a really good car, actually, for like if you want to drive to, let's say, Atlantic City, or if you want to go on like long drives. It's not an S-Class, but you get about half of what you'd get if you'd spend the extra $50,000 and buy yourself an X-Class. You get about half of that in there. It's not a bad vehicle. It's not a bad ride at all. It's a solid luxury car, and it doesn't cost you a shitload of money, and that's what ultimately you want. So, once again, this is the XTS 3.6 liter V6. It's like a bigger version of the Buick LaCrosse in some ways. It's as racy. You can get this car with all-wheel drive, wherein you can't get the Impala. As far as I know, you can't get the current Impala with the all-wheel drive unit. So the XTS is for people who want that and want a little bit more luxury with their car. But all in all, you gotta love it. You gotta love what Cadillac's doing with their new cars. A lot of people like what Cadillac's doing, and I have to say, the one disappointment is the fact that you can't get what is it called? You can't get V8 engines anymore. And some people are like, oh, well, you don't need a V8. You don't need a V8. Why you need a V8? Man, you're sucking up all the gas, man. You're pumping out all the carbon dioxide and everything. Shut the fuck up. When I want to go and get up and go, I expect to be able to get up and go. And that's what it is. Cadillac also gives you a spare tire. They give you wheel locks and this, that, and other. Everything's neat and clean. This is a very big trunk, very spacious trunk. This Cadillac XTS is everything that the Lincoln MKS should have been. Everything that the Lincoln MKS should have been. The one thing that I always thought was stupid, though, was that they have the brake light at the bottom of the fucking car. I'm like, who the fuck puts a brake light on the bottom of the fucking car? To me, that's just weird. It's like I want the the reverse light. I want the reverse light where people can see the shit. The brake lights are okay, but the reverse light on the bottom of the car, that seems stupid to me. I'm sorry. So just walk you around the car again. We have these, if you see it, these are safety lamps, puddle lamps they call them. Some people are putting emblems for these cars on the puddle lamps. You can see those right there. Those are the puddle lamps. Safety features. I don't know, how safe a puddle lamp really is, but hey. And then you got these light fixtures. These are really nice. But basically, this car, this is only a business lease. I'm personally just into SRT. So basically, my main car is SRT Jeep, SRT 300. So this is, once again, the Cadillac XTS. A great choice for a family of four who need a long-range cruiser or a city car that makes them feel like $1 million.